Hello friends, and welcome to another Modern League. We got a fresh recipe from the Underworld Cookbook, and we're ready to play Urza's Kitchen. Now, if you were on Twitch a little while ago, you might have seen me play another deck with the Underworld Cookbook. I was playing the Golgari version, Hell's Kitchen. Didn't really go very well. I wasn't very happy with it for a few reasons. And I think one of the main reasons why the league didn't go very well is I wasn't giving proper respect to Asmoranomardicadaistinaculdacar. If I had properly learned her name and been able to say it, then maybe I would have done a little bit better. So, Asmoranomardicadaistinaculdacar, this league is for you. This hand looks fine, we'll keep it. Okay, we got a Urza Saga from the opponent here. And I think I'm going to slam down this Ragavan. Robin Hood, thanks for the hydration, my friend. And thanks for joining us. Oh, the ads. Yeah, we got some of those. Okay, so if we hit the opponent with Ragavan here, we're going to get an artifact which reduces the cost of Emry. So we're going to be able to cast the cookbook and then put an Emry down, which is pretty cool. Okay, so they are the Titan deck. That is super scary. And they have a Volakut on top, so that's not something we can do with... We can't do anything with that, rather. Put out a cookbook and an Emry. And we get a Bauble. So they're going to be able to do some pretty impressive stuff this turn. Alright, so what else are you going to put down here? Oh, Azusa. So that's another 2 land drops here. I don't think they can get the Titan out, but I mean, it's still just terrifying. If we can get Asmoranomardicadaistinaculdacar onto the battlefield with the cookbook, we'll at least have a way to destroy a Titan. So maybe I should get rid of this Soul Guide Lantern for a food, so that we can have 2 food. If we manage to draw Asmoranomardicadaistinaculdacar. And also get us an extra artifact for the Thought Monitor, which is fine. A Spirebluff. One, two, three, four. So yeah, we can get the Thought Monitor out by discarding either land or Emry. Alright, so we miss on Asmor. Well, they only have 2 cards in hand. Probably a way to get Titan, but we'll see. So they have Battlements on top. Would Lightning Axe make a big difference here? Like, it doesn't. Lightning Axe doesn't kill Titan. It could get rid of their Azusa. I'm just wondering if I want to try and draw for the Lightning Axe here. Oh, well, we did draw it, so we do have access to Lightning Axe. Unfortunately, Lightning Axe doesn't kill a Titan. We could get rid of Azusa here. Hey there, Cylon. Breeding Pool, getting them the extra blue mana. So for Talaria West, for Summoner's Pact. But I don't think they have Titan this turn. No, they can. They can have Titan this turn, and they have 2 land drops. I'm pretty sure they have 2 land drops left. Okay, maybe I was just mistaken. But they're not going for it here. Simic Growth Chamber on top of their deck. Let's draw some cards. Oh, just lands. Bogus. Just thinking if we can possibly get Asmoranomardicadaistinaculdacar to be cast this turn. So we could... we could sacrifice the Cookbook, 4 mana, Asmor to hand, but then we haven't discarded a card this turn. Thinking about just grabbing the Soul Guide Lantern so we can draw a fresh card right now. But that will cost 2 mana. I think that's still better off. I want to get that card. We draw an Urza, but we only have 3 mana, so we cannot cast the Urza. I should have cast this Emry and then sacrificed it so that maybe we could have hit the one of the spell bombs, so that we could have bounced a Titan back to hand. That would have been the better thing to do. Now that Emry's tapped, we don't have that option anymore. Ragavan not doing too much with those Dryads in the way. I think I'll probably take Ragavan out. Kind of expecting to just die here, honestly. We missed the Emry play, unfortunately. If we lose this turn, we'll draw 3 cards, see what Emry would have revealed. The first card would have been Urza. So, I mean, they have Dryad. This is basically just death here anyway. We can concede, I think. With the Dryads, it should be no problem for them to win here. Okay, so we'll bring in the 3 Aether Gusts. Hey there, Dolacutie. You talking about Asmoranomardicadaistinaculdacar? Pretty exciting stuff. I'll bring in Ashiok. I mean, the Pithing Needle we could name Hanamar Battlements. Doesn't seem great. The Abrade here would be okay. Hurkyl's Recall doesn't seem too hot, but the Abrade being able to get rid of the Amulet could be pretty important. I have been practicing. You caught me. Alright, so I wanted to take out the Ragavan. I think the lightning axes are good enough to keep. We don't need the Soul Guide Lantern. Okay, one more card to go. The record isn't available right now because MtG bot is not in the channel. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with MtG bot. Sometimes it just doesn't work. I guess. This is still like a turn 2 Emry, so we'll keep it. We have the Cookbook to potentially discard cards. We might as well cycle this Street Wraith. So the question is, do we want to discard a Thought Monitor to get a food? That would potentially allow us to play Emry and hold up Rebuke. Bit painful to discard a Thought Monitor. It's going to be a while before we can cast it, I think. I'm going to kind of have that hold up that protection. Springleaf Drum. That's pretty good. All right, so play Emry. We lose our Lightning Axes. Cast the Amber. So we can play the Springleaf Drum. And that still allows us to hold up Rebuke. One, two, three, four. So Thought Monitor costs 3 at the moment. Oh, a Dismember for the Emry? I mean, Emry's not getting any value currently. One, two, three, four, five, six. Because the Mox Amber's turned off, we don't have Thought Monitor right now. We do have Rebuke, though. It is what it is. Not too many resources at the moment. And they're going to be able to go get the Amulet next turn, which is going to be a pretty big game. Oh, they have another Amulet right now. Well, let's counter that. We probably just have to counter, like, the Titan. Because, like, they're going to have another Amulet anyway. Construct. And Engineered Explosives on 1. That would get rid of Cookbook and Springleaf Drum as well as their Amulet of Vigor. Ashiok. But we're off on mana. Ashiok would be so good right now. We just don't have the mana to cast it. Definitely should have rebuked when we had the opportunity. Double Amulet of Vigor. So scary. Whew, just barely countered that Titan. Alright, let's hope we get a land off the top here. Or some way to, a braid, huh? So we could abrade an Amulet. We could braid the Karnstruct. I think we probably just get rid of one of their amulets. Feel like I'm just too attached to this Ashiok here. I would love to be able to discard it with the cookbook and then be able to cast a Thought Monitor, but I'm placing so much value on Ashiok, it could be very good. Fortunately, we did get some value out of that Metallic Rebuke, countering the Primeval Titan. Okay, so they return the forest, and then pass the turn. Okay. What do we draw? Okay. So I guess we play Ashiok here? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. We could play Thought Monitor. Play Ashiok. And now we do have mana through the Mox Amber. Not that it's going to do us much good. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, that still costs way more than 1. The important thing, though, is that it will be a blocker next turn, potentially, so we can keep the Ashiok around. If the opponent cannot search their library, then they can't go find another Titan. Now, our life total is quite precarious at the moment. But we might be able to buff it up a little bit with a bit of food. This is going at Ashiok, so Ashiok is knocked down to 2. But we get an untap. Ooh, Aether Gust. It would be nice to be able to keep that available. But if we want to save the Ashiok, we need to cast a creature here. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, not bad. So now we can hold up the Aether Gust. And we have a blocker. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Thought Monitor costs 2. Ah, too bad. Because of the Springleaf Drum, we have actually 3 mana currently. But not enough to play Thought Monitor and hold up Aether Gust. One of those Daredevils would have been nice at any point. Alright, opponent is keeping us waiting a little bit here. Oh, okay, it's back to us again. Pass the turn. Okay, so they're going to dismember the Thought Monitor. And that's going to allow them to kill the Ashiok. Unfortunate. Yeah, nothing I can really do about that, huh? Alright. And they pass. Nice. Okay. Oh, finally. Asmoranomardicadaistinaculdacar. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Costs a lot to put a Thought Monitor out right now. I would really love to get Asmor into play. So we could discard Aether Gust. Oh, thanks, Magus. We could discard Aether Gust, make a food, play Thought Monitor, and then play Asmor. Hello, hello. Legend says you draw it instantly if you speak it 3 times in a row. But you gotta say it right every time. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we would still have Aether Gust up, so we could do that instead. Just hold up Aether Gust. If I was going to do that, maybe I should have just held up Urza's Saga, because we could make a bigger construct than the enemy. Well, let's see what we draw here. We might be able to continue to play cards regardless. So we could play the Urza's Saga, which gets us another mana. Discard the Spirebluff Canal. Play Asmor. And then we have the Mox Amber to get us the mana for the Aether Gust. Not to mention the 2 food needed for Asmor. Okay, we get another cookbook. And we have 1/2 mana with the Amber and the Springleaf Drum, so we can play the cookbook. Maybe we're supposed to keep the cookbook in hand because of the engineered explosives here. It was probably wrong to play the cookbook. Yeah, anyone could have seen that coming. And that takes us off the Springleaf Drum too, which means Aether Gust is no longer good to go. That was a bit of a punt. Fortunately, we do have the food still, so that's pretty important. We're going to be able to kill Titan if it resolves. And opponent scoops him up. Nice. Because their amulet is gone, so what are you going to do now? Yeah, exactly. They killed their own amulet. I am kind of wondering about Galv Blast, if I should be bringing that in, because it kills the Dryads. It kills everything that Lightning Axe kills. The advantage of Lightning Axe is it gives us a way to cast our Asmoranomardicadaistinaculdacar. Yeah, I think the Asmor are important enough that we're going to keep the axe to make it a little bit easier to cast them. Having the 2 food basically keeps us safe from Titan, so we're gonna do that. Screeves, hello! It has been ages since I've seen you. Welcome back to the stream. Have you heard that Yawgmoth combo is a serious deck now? Thank you, Trigger's Happy. The secret is a drop of honey. Oh, right, because MtG bot's not here? I can't complete the joke? Womp womp. No one can afford that. Yeah, I heard that some of the pieces of Yawgmoth combo have started to spike. So we have a bunch of counter magic. So it's going to be difficult for the opponent to resolve an important spell. But where does our hand really go from here? Yeah. Yeah, who wants porphyry nodes? It's basically the same thing, but really it's not. I'm going to keep this. Jemka, what kind of combo is it? Are you speaking about Yawgmoth combo? Because we were talking about the Yawg combo a second ago. One of my favorite decks of all time. Yeah, Yawg combo is a creature combo deck, similar to Kiki Chord. It uses undying creatures to draw cards from their deck, and with certain combos you can just win with what you have on the board. Utilizes the graveyard quite heavily. Okay, so this is pretty scary what the opponent has going on over here. We could Lightning Axe the Dryad. 1, 2, 3, so they won't have enough mana for a Titan next turn if we Lightning Axe the Dryad. But that means like we don't have available mana to cast the Asmore this turn. So we could play the Urza Saga, play the Springleaf Drum, and then hold up Rebuke. Periphery nodes, Azurius Control was a good time. Detention Sphere, Crucible of Worlds. I remember those cards. Yeah, we don't see them too much anymore. This is also the third suggested spelling of the card in as many mentions of chat. Periphery nodes. Periphery. Yeah, I still don't try and spell Asmore. Okay, so the Cavern of Souls is, I should have seen that. It means we can't actually rebuke. We can rebuke this, though. Okay. Let's get some use out of this rebuke. Cool. And that eats up their land drop. And then Gust doesn't really care about Cavern of Souls. Ooh, Pithing Needle. Hey there, Chuck. Thanks for the host, my friend. Asmoranomardicadaistinaculdacar. See? It's easy. Learn each part, then combine. Absolutely, Screeps. That's how I learned to say it. So the chosen card is Mishra's Bauble. We're not going to get a draw out of this. So I think we probably... so let's see here. If we make a creature, we could Lightning Axe the Dryad. We could Lightning Axe the Dryad and then play Asmore. No, because the axe requires the red mana, and so does Asmore. So yeah, I think we probably just pass the turn, and then depending on what they do, we either Aether Gust, a Titan, or we make a Saga token. Yeah, we could do that too. I would like to hold the Lightning Axe for a point where we can actually cast the Asmore as well. Killing the Titan, or killing the Dryad is really good, but if we can kill the Dryad and play Asmore, that means that we're going to be able to get food together and kill a Titan. So I'm going to hold off on the Lightning Axe for this turn. Screeves says today is the first day of in-person paper magic locally. That is some fantastic news. Okay, so Aether Gust. Aether Gust. Yeah. I think we're going to kill the Dryad here. Kill the Dryad, discard the Gust, because then the Urza Saga can go get a cookbook, and we can play Asmor. Nice. Opponent scoops them up a little bit early. But they were in a pretty abysmal position there. So I don't blame them for scooping before I present lethal. Alright, so we have Cookbook. We have Daredevil. I think I'm going to keep this. I don't know where this hand is going to go, but I'm here for it. I mean, Cookbook with Urza's Saga here, we're going to be making some really big constructs. And we can get second Cookbook with two... I mean, the second Daredevil is basically just dead, right? I guess we could throw it to a Lava Axe or something. But I'm still more interested in this hand than a random 6. Godless Shrine, go. Ooh, Mox Amber. Do I want to play the Amber this turn? I mean, it's not like we're exactly going to be trying to storm or anything. It's whether we want to expose it. Yeah, the Golgari Asmor deck, Hell's Kitchen, is pretty interesting. I gave it a try on Monday. Absolutely crashed and burned with it. But I do think it's a really cool deck. It's just that I'm not sure how well positioned it is. Opponent does nothing for 2 turns in a row. They must have mulliganed, right? Yeah, they mulliganed to 6. Another Saga. Okay, so we'll just play Saga Pass. Well, it's a good thing that you already own Yawgmoth, Asmo. Sorry. It's a good thing you already own Yawgmoth, Screeves, because I've heard that people have been picking up on the deck. And that some of the pieces are starting to skyrocket in price. It's just what I've heard. I haven't actually checked the numbers yet. Opponent's got a really rough hand here. They're letting us set up. Metallic Rebuke is a really nice draw. Just need to find ourselves an Asmoranomardicadaistinaculdacar, and we should be in business. But the Urza is going to be pretty nice. I mean, even just the constructs, to be able to put those in, 4 turns in a row. Spellbomb, sure. So in response, we're going to make a food. Okay, now Spellbomb will resolve. Okay, so they're immediately going to crack the Spellbomb, probably looking for like a land or something. I think that, I think that after Once Upon a Time was banned, people put down the deck. Okay, well, a card was banned out of the deck, it's not as consistent anymore, so put it down, and, we're not going to think about it anymore. Meanwhile, the people that really appreciated the deck, like Tom Ross, have continued to play it, and have shown everybody that, hey, the deck is still good. And we've seen, quite a few people do very well with it, and that has allowed some people to start to believe in it again. Yeah, I think that, like Hell's Kitchen, the Golgari Asmor deck is still fine to play. But, yeah, opponent just concede here. I'm a slow player, so they don't want to continue to play this game from behind, meanwhile be giving us information. So if I had been playing faster there, we might have continued to play for a little bit longer, and I might have been able to get some information about what the opponent is doing. At the moment, I only know that they're playing a white-black deck, but that does tell me actually quite a bit. I'm going to assume that they're on some sort of Solitude, Grief, Ephemerate list. So that means we probably don't need the Soul Guide Lantern. I like removal, though. I mean, Aether Grid might actually just be nuts against them. If they have a bunch of small creatures, we can just use the grid and wipe their creatures off the board. We could bring in some Galvanic Blast, just as some more cheap removal to get their creatures off the board. So yeah, a Braid makes a lot of sense for sure. I think that we probably take out Ragavan, because they're just going to have so many blockers that Ragavan isn't really going to be getting in, especially on the draw. And then maybe get rid of some number of Rebuke here as well. If we're mostly going to be trying to take care of what's on the board. Don't think that there's necessarily a better card here than what we have available. We have the Shadowspear, so we'll be able to get rid of the Compliet. Although we could potentially bring in like a Recall. Or a Brazen Borrower, maybe. Actually, I kind of like the Brazen Borrower. Let's give this a try. Cooper with the Wisdoms. Play slow, win fast. I often wonder how many of my opponents just scoop because I'm playing slowly. I don't know if that's an assumption I make or if it's actually happening. This hand here is kind of mediocre. We got 2 redraws. And we have a Saga. I think we can probably just get a better hand on a 6. See, like, this is way better, right? If a Braid is good, this hand is good. Otherwise, it's really kind of just... I mean, this hand is really just a Braid at the moment. Get rid of a Thought Monitor. We are just ages away from casting that. Pair of Baubles. So they're targeting us with their Bauble and then casting an Inquisition. So they can take the Abrade or the Aether Grid. They take the Abrade. So our hand basically does nothing at the moment. And they're going to see... they did that on the upkeep, didn't they? Oh well, whatever. I'll play Spirebluff Pass. I was just thinking that's weird. They could have done it on the draw step to see what's on top of our deck now, instead of seeing the same card twice. Void Walker, okay, that's a scary one. And our hand isn't doing us any favors yet. What are the odds he dropped the namesakes of the deck? Interesting. Okay, so this is big problems here. We're going way too slow. We haven't done anything at all. Yeah, our hand just got totally destroyed. We just haven't done anything for 3 turns in a row. Good story, Screeves. Opponent tries to hide information, they still tell you exactly what they're playing. Oh, we got a Braid. Unfortunately, a Braid does not handle the Compleat. This should be death. They can put Sophie onto the Compleat and attack all. Just concede here. Rough. Okay, so first game, opponent did nothing. Second game, we did nothing. Let's see if we can find a happy medium somewhere in between. Yeah, do more than nothing. How about that? I'm wondering if I should be bringing in Recall. Again, like, this hand doesn't do very much. Alright, we can keep this. Turn 1 Emry. Oh, I was supposed to do that during upkeep. That was a mistake. We know that opponent is playing discard spells, and they even have one on top of the deck. I was supposed to do this. Oh, and we're punished. I was definitely supposed to do this during the opponent's upkeep, but they don't play into it, so not punished. Another Urza. So we play the Saga. We have 3 mana available. Just go ahead and bring the Bauble back. Okay, so they're going to activate the Spellbomb so we don't get the Bauble. And I guess we just pass here. Can't really do anything with the Abrade anyway. And they'll be able to Inquisition it away this turn. Ooh, they're going to evoke the Grief. So that's going to be able to get rid of an Urza. Yeah, we'll let that resolve. Because they don't have mana for Ephemerate. And they stacked that wrong. Good sequencing. Goes and get the Compleat. Alright, what do we get? Okay, we get land here, so we probably just want to play the Urza. And then, oh, do we have Pithing Needle? We didn't bring in Pithing Needle for some reason. That's fine. We can go get Spellbomb. Okay, so that's attacking in for 5. That's fine. We'll just take it. Okay, so we draw Aether Grid, which will be good later. So we activate the Saga, hold up 1 land, and then we'll go get Spellbomb. Yeah, it sure is. Okay, so that's ready to pop. And we might as well just go ahead and attack at this point. Swinging for 5. Go ahead. So we'll just return the Germ. That is the plan here. Ooh. If a card we put into a graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. So we'll go ahead and use the Spellbomb now. Voidwalker's pretty good. This Aether Grid's going to be super good too, though. Thought Monitor. So we have 3 artifacts. Spellbomb gets us to 4. We could, we don't really need to play another Urza. That doesn't seem good. Okay, so opponent just scoops him up. Oh man, this hand. It only has 1 land, but it looks so good. Keep. Ooh, Leyline of Sanctity from the opponent to start. So they're probably auras. Could be Bogles, but I haven't really seen that in ages. Let's just go ahead and put a Ragavan down and see what happens. And another Plains and an Auriok Champion. That is ugly. Okay, so we're not going to be able to axe that. We could Spellbomb it. I think I'm just going to play the Cookbook, play the Spellbomb, discard the Daredevil. Just so we can start getting towards this Thought Monitor. We could Spellbomb, return the champion to hand, hit them with Ragavan. I don't like that. I like making some food, starting to get the artifacts out so we can play this Thought Monitor. Okay. Interesting point there, Gizlo. Ooh, Suppression Field. That hurts. Wow. Mono White Devotion. We're going to get crushed. Ooh, okay. This is good. Unfortunately, Asmoranomardicadaistinaculdacar cannot target Auriok champions. Opponent is targeting this deck hard. Oh, that's right. Suppression Field is even knocking out my Cookbook here. So if I pay the 2 mana to discard the Daredevil, I can no longer pay the mana for Asmor. And we don't really have a target for Lightning Axe besides Ragavan. Yeah, I know, right? It happens sometimes. I'll think something is good, and then I'll take a second to actually think about it and realize, oh, no, it doesn't actually work. I think we're just going to have to pay the 2 mana to make a food here so that we can get a Thought Monitor out, hopefully, next turn. That'll be 4, 5, 6, so we'll need another land. Not great. Fortunately, their clock is very slow, but having said that, they're probably about to change it. Heliod seems pretty good here. Able to make their champion quite a bit larger. And spreading the love around so Spellbomb won't be able to get them off the battlefield. Yeah, this seems like maybe the beginning of the end here. And they're even keeping 2 mana up for something, because they could have given their other creature lifelink. Oh, they probably couldn't because this probably costs 4 mana. Okay, so yeah, they wouldn't be able to have done that. Yeah, no kidding. This game is basically over. The suppression field's super good here. You know, a lot of our answers are red. And we don't exactly have a lot of answers to enchantments, like basically none. So yeah, Brazen Borrower I think is our only answer to Treble Permanent. We have the Metallic Rebuke as a potential answer. Yeah, absolutely it is, Screeves. I usually have Kozilek's Return in my decks, but not in this one. It wouldn't do very well with Ragavan and Thought Monitor. Although I admit I was, oh, and Emry as well. I admit I was a little bit bamboozled just for a second because I play so much Pauper. One of the sweepers of choice is Fiery Cannonade. So I was looking at Ragavan here and I saw that it's a pirate. So I was like, oh, okay, so Ragavan will be fine. No, no, no. We're thinking about the other 3 mana sweeper. Not a fan. Our only land is Urza Saga. We don't have colored mana. Gonna mulligan that. And we'll keep this one. Probably get rid of the Daredevil. Now I'm actually going to want to keep the Mishra's Bauble on the battlefield so that we can play the Emry turn 2. And then hold up Rebuke when it looks like we're holding up Urza Saga. Another Rebuke. So we could hold up Rebuke right now, or we could play the Emry. I'm going to play the Emry here. Not bad, not bad. Aether Spellbomb and Shadowspear. So they have a Stony Silence. Ugh. That sucks. We're going to have to win with Urza Saga here. We could use the Bauble this turn and then replay it with the Emry next turn. So at least get one draw out of it. And they have a Thalia's Lancers on top. Draw 2 cards. Just lands. So we'll play the Canal. Return the Bauble. White enchantments that obliterate its tribal. Yep. I mean, Hell's Kitchen and Urza's Kitchen have become popular decks lately. So, hating on artifacts, I mean, Urza Saga's all over the place. Alright, so obviously we counter this. Also hits Scales. Nice. Okay, so we'll make... Ooh, Ragavan. Not able to dash... But I think it's still better just to make a token here. Actually, we might be able to dash. Do we have a Springleaf Drum in the deck? We can't use it. So the only usable artifact is Pithing Needle. And we can use Pithing Needle to name Heliod. It's Heliod's Sun Crowned, right? Yeah, Sun Crowned. Alright, so we can attack here for 1 and still hold up Rebuke. Probably Parole. Probably having the 2 constructs would have just been better. Another Ragavan. Play the Shadowspear just to get another power on the construct. Dash the Ragavan. And swing in for 5. Core Firewalker. Another pro-red thing. Unfortunately, we cannot play it. Our treasures are only adding power to the constructs here. Protection from red and black, so Ragavan's not doing much more. Mox Amber, we'll cast that. Bring the Spellbomb back. Just to get the extra power and toughness on the construct. Handsome! Thanks for the sub! 8 months of pure joy and happiness. Thank you so much for the continued support. Oh, you don't have to apologize for that, Handsome. Just glad that you're around now. Fortunately, Apparition cannot hit our token. But it could take Emry here. Could take Ragavan, either one. It takes the Bauble, which knocks off... Why wouldn't they take the Pithing Needle? Isn't Pithing Needle just so much better? They plan to chump, yep. Oh, and that way they don't give us a 1-1, they give us a 0-0. Yeah, that makes sense. Sure would like to have 2 of these constructs, huh? Destroy target enchantment. Not an artifact, an enchantment. Bot like 47, thanks for the follow, friend. So they're destroying their own... Okay, it's a May. It's a May. So they don't have to destroy the Stony Silence. But that gets them an extra mana, potentially. Oh, and there's a suppression field. That's not really going to do too much else. We're already suppressed by the Stony Silence. And it is another chump blocker for the construct. Yeah, I'm into cycling this. Actually have to pay mana to cycle. Gross. Go? Another land. So they got the mana. They can actually play the Thalia's Lancers this turn. Okay, they play the Heliod. Fortunately, we have the Pithing Needle on that, but that blocks the Construct for days. Too bad we don't have 2. Yep, infinite chumps. So this is the beginning of the end here. I think that we probably would have won this game if we had left the prelate and just made the second construct. Yeah, exactly. I think we're just going to scoop this one up. Yeah. Let's get out of here. GG. Alright, so we only have 1 land. It's Urza's Saga. Not interested in this hand. Mulligan. This hand I'm interested in. We'll keep this. Get rid of... See Mace Man, thanks for the follow, friend. So do we want to use the Street Wraith now, or do we want to hold it for if we potentially draw Asmore? I'm going to hold it for now. I think we'll just go get basic island, play Shadowspear pass. And this will allow us to play Emry on turn 2. Forest pass from the opponent. Now we get a Rebuke. Not bad. We got a Cookbook and a Mox Amber. Mox Amber's mana. Agent Iconic. Isn't Aether Grid on the side for the Stony Silence matchups? Good question. I was thinking that I wanted to use it to potentially, like, kill opponents' creatures, and since their creatures were pro-red, I wasn't thinking that it was going to be very useful, but it would have been quite useful in that matchup. So we'll definitely keep that in mind for next time. Oh, hey, we got Asmore here. So we can discard Street Wraith and put Asmore into play. Mox Amber's making a bunch of different manas at that point. Go get a Cookbook. Alright, so let's see here. We have 2 mana left. We can play Cookbook and Amber. And we have Rebuke up. And we should hopefully be able to kill Renin 6 next turn. We're going to be looking for Ovalchase Daredevil so we can get the food going. Renin 6 getting a bunch of value, though. Lightning Helix, yeah, we'll rebuke that. Nice. We could make a food here for the Tarn. We've got a lot of mana already. And this would potentially allow us to use Asmore if we need to. Lightning Axe, that's not going to do too much on its own. Okay, let's kill Renin 6. So opponent has 7 cards in hand, which is scary. There's Omnath. Now, they've already played their land for this turn, so we don't have to worry about Omnath going off. And another land. Oops, cancel that. Kill Omnath. We could bring in another cookbook. Or we could do another damage. Supreme Verdict, killing all of our creatures. Yep, that works. Soul Guide Lantern. Not that hot. Let's draw a card with it. Another land. Alright. So with our opponent having 6 cards in hand, they should be able to put something together here. We had a pretty good start, but that Supreme Verdict just wiped out what we were doing. Ooh, this looks like a Bring to Light. Well, we don't have a counter for that. And here's Niv Mizzet. We got Urza's Saga. Oh, that's a big hit. So let's see, they wouldn't have gotten those, would not have gotten those. And they would have only gotten one of General or Helix. So they took the Helix. They have Abrupt Decay for our Saga token. Ooh, Teferi. Yep. And they're going to return... Ooh, they return the Saga. I wasn't thinking of that. Because it says Artifact, Creature, or Enchantment. That does qualify. Not an interaction I'd seen before. But I'd say that probably wins them the game. That between that and the 7 cards they still have in hand. Don't think there's any way we're coming back from this one. Alright, so they're playing Niv Mizzet. We could bring in Aether Gust. Otherwise, I don't really see too much else that we're going to want to bring in here. Ragavan looks pretty good. Lightning Axe. It doesn't kill Niv Mizzet, but it does kill Omnath. Can bring in Pithing Needle for one of their walkers. Brazen Borrower might be good. Again, for their walkers, being able to, like... Ashiok is super good versus Bring to Light, you're right. Well, let's see. We got the cookbook, we got the Saga. This hand is not super exciting. This hand doesn't do anything for so many turns. We have the redraw with Bauble. Ah, I hate mulliganing. Hey, from the crypt with the bits. Nice Asmoranomardicadaistinaculdacar. I stumbled a little bit on that one. I can do better than that. Let me just play these cards out. Asmoranomardicadaistinaculdacar. Should have cracked the Bauble on the upkeep here. I do want to draw a card with it. They have Assassin's Trophy on top. Brutal. I've had a little bit of practice. Okay, the Mox Amber, Cookbook. We can throw a bunch of things onto the battlefield here. And this looks like we're holding up Rebuke. Okay, here's the Wrenn and 6. Gonna do the Wrenn and 6 thing. Huh. I guess they didn't want to activate it this turn. Okay, I guess we'll pass the turn here. Yeah, no kidding. That's don't hit 6. Okay, we're going to Bauble them during their turn, so that we draw the card afterwards, but we get to see what they're about to draw. Another Assassin's Trophy. Jeez. That's like 2 trophies. They shuffled the first away. Okay, thank you. And they are going to kill the Saga, so we'll go ahead and make a critter. And go get a land. Pithing Needle, interesting. We could just attack them and then play Pithing Needle on Ren and 6 and ignore it. Like, we can kill Ren, but we can also just be hitting their face, put them to 11, and then potentially kill them next turn. I should have played the Pithing Needle before combat, so we could have got an extra point of damage. So that was a small mistake. Hopefully, we'll be able to recover. Okay, we still have Aether Gust available if we need it. And we have Lethal on board. How does the math check out? It is still Lethal on board here, fortunately. We did not check first, but checking now, we can see on board is 11 damage. Gonky Crusader says, nice mic. Thanks, friend. I'm using a Blue Yeti. I had originally got it for some live magic videos that I was doing for YouTube years ago. And, I mean, it still holds up. Not the absolute best microphone, but definitely a good one. Attacking with Urza is seriously uncool. I don't know if Urza knows what cool is. But Yawgmoth? Yawgmoth knows what cool is. Yes, I did say Blue Yeti. Blue Yeti is a good microphone that you're going to be able to get a lot of use out of. It has a lot of range. Far from the best microphone. If you want to, like spend $200 or $300, you're going to be able to get something way, way better. But for the price point, the Blue Yeti is quite good. I have not seen Canister's experiments with Academy Manufacturer, but I think I have seen someone playing a deck that was similar. So we were thinking about bringing in the Aether grids here. What would we take out for the grids? A lot of fans of the Blue Yeti. Ragavan, yeah, and we are on the draw here. Ragavan's going to be way better on the play. No lands. Yeah, we could have taken the spear out. I do like this spear for racing. Oh, here we go. Keep this. And we're going to have to get rid of something. Probably the Street Wraith here. Because we have, like, Bauble, Cookbook, Ovalchase Daredevil to make the Thought Monitor cheaper. So we'll just get rid of the Street Wraith. Hey, MtG bot is back. Bot is broken. It only just came back now. Okay, opponent is ramping. I figured, like, Aether Spellbomb is just a good answer to a lot of different things, but yeah, hitting tokens would be one of the better uses for it. Unfortunate that we drew it here. Mostly I'm just looking to have it in the deck as something to search out if we need it. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. We're almost at Thought Monitor. Ooh, Teferi. What are you going to do with that? Returning the Cookbook. And we get an Aether Gust. One, two, three, 4, 5. So yeah, I might as well just play the Spellbomb at this point. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll leave the Mishra's Bauble this turn, and then we'll use it next turn during their upkeep. After we cast the Thought Monitor. We'll get the reduction in cost from it. Yeah, that's true. The food, we get one more food. We only get one more food, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So leaving the Mishra's Bauble on the board lets us cast the Thought Monitor for a single mana. Yes, opponent is on Niv. Bring to Niv. Okay, I like them tapping the Forest to cast the Sprawl. That's good. So they're not going to get extra mana from the Sprawl this turn. Although that's going to be scary next turn, so we're going to want to hold up Aether Gust. If at all possible. Niv to Light is better than Bring to Niv. I'll keep that in mind. Kind of hoping for a land, to be honest. Easy peasy. Oh, that's right. I forgot. They have Tef out. We cannot Gust. You're right. Sometimes I forget that Teferi kills all the fun. Could Gust a Utopia Sprawl? Yeah, we could. We could. Cylon and Jace thinking the same way. Let's use the Spirebluff just in case we draw Urza Saga here. Seems very medium. We get Pithing Needle. So Pithing Needle, in a sense, takes care of Teferi. We also find Emry. But if we play either of those cards, I mean, we don't have Gust. We have to remember that. We don't have it. Bounce, Monitor, Redraw. We wouldn't have enough mana for that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we bounce the Monitor, we can't replay it? I'd love to play the Emry here, so I guess we just play the Emry. Ah, Cassibot, you caught me. Abrupt Decay on the Emry. Nothing we can really do about that, right? I guess we could Spellbomb the Emry right now. And then on their upkeep, we'll use the Mishra's Bauble. Oh no, we milled. We milled our Asmoranomardicadaistinaculdacar. Fortunately, we still have some in the deck. Hey, thanks, Alfez. You can find, I think, Doomwake has a copy of this deck up on YouTube if you look up Urza's Kitchen. What is the second ability of Cookbook? For 4 mana tap, sacrifice, return target creature from your graveyard to your hand. So we could return Asmoranomardicadaistinaculdacar to our hand, and then go get another Cookbook at some point if we have a lot of mana. But that does cost a lot of mana. So we would probably need Urza on the battlefield before we would be interested in doing that. Right. We would need another discard outlet. Very true. Although Emry would eventually get that for us. Do they have fetch land here? No, it's just a Blood Crypt. So we get the grid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The grid seems pretty good. With a little bit of time, that should be able to take over the game. The question is, do we play the grid this turn, or do we play Emry, Pithing Needle, Cookbook this turn, and then grid next turn, when we have way more artifacts? Well, we don't necessarily... I mean, yeah, killing Teferi would be great. We could put a Pithing Needle on it. But yeah, if we just play Aether Grid, attack Teferi, then we can kill Teferi with the grid. And then we'll have Aether Gust up from then on. I mean, why not? If you get the opportunity to say engage, why wouldn't you? LeVar Burton hosts Jeopardy? Oh, that might be something I have to see. MB, not kill 3 fairy, just to play around second, OPNE. Maybe not kill 3 fairy, just to play around second something. Oh, second one. I see. Well, we got something far more terrifying here with a Bring to Light. Here comes Niv Mizzet. Lightning Helix and Vindicate is what they got. Just 2 cards. Fairly bad draw, honestly. Imagine drawing only 2 cards on Niv. Loser. A Rebuke right on time. So we have the Emry, can get the Spellbomb, but they have the Helix to kill the Emry. We can use the counter spell to potentially save the Emry. We could just play a bunch of artifacts. I would like to kill the Omnath. Yeah, we can kill the Omnath. Seems good. I'm just wondering if I play like the Pithing Needle here. Probably just play Pithing Needle, name 3 fairy, kill the Omnath. I'm just wondering like what I name with the needle. And I'm thinking it's 3 fairy, right? Ooh, Tybalt would have been a good name too. They're going to Vindicate it. Yeah, fair enough. Alright, let's kill the Omnath. Ika-chan, thanks for the follow, friend. Omnath down. Actually, we don't have enough for Rebuke anymore, so we might as well just play the Emry, because we tapped all our artifacts. Yeah, Thought Monitor is an artifact itself, which allows you to recast it with Emry over and over, which is sweet. Hey there, Slayer. Rabbit. As long as cooking is going. Yeah, we got tons of food. Once we draw the Asmoranomardicadaistinaculdacar, we are laughing. Now, opponent does still have 6 cards in hand, so we do have to be terrified of that. Bye-bye Aether Grid. And bye-bye Emry. Daistina, not Daistuna. Okay, that is what I've been trying to say, Daistina. But sometimes my tongue will slip. But don't disrespect Asmor, because, yeah, you never disrespect the cook. Another grid. They get rid of one, we just draw another. Okay, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which is still just off of killing Niv Mizzet. And they have the Vindicate still to be able to kill the Aether Grid. So I think we just, I don't think we play the grid this turn. I think we play it next turn. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, that is only 5. Draw step Gust. We could Gust the Niv. Yeah, I think that's probably the best thing. Let's put a stop on the draw step. Yeah, it's true. We don't have a lot of time left. Aether Grid should be able to set us up pretty nicely for that. And we still have Rebuke up. I think this is game 3. Usually we have MtG bot, which gives us a little scorecard, which makes it a sure thing. But if this happens to be game 2, then we are going to lose. So let's see here. They put it on top. We'll be able to rebuke it when they try and put it back down. Although we will need another mana for that. Make 2 food? Yep. Absolutely. We're going to do that when we get priority again. Okay, they're tapping out here for Kaya's Guile. So I guess we just rebuke this. Should have Gust on upkeep, not draw. Okay. Okay, so we'll attack with Thought Monitor, and then we'll just slam the grid. I mean, they still have Vindicate, right? But if they play the Vindicate, they can't play their other thing. I'll play this, make some more food. We're almost out of time. They can't Niv plus Vindicate, true. Play quicker? Yeah, good point. Good advice. I will say it is a little bit difficult to play a deck for the first time. But this deck is wicked. And for, you know, like the first time we're playing it, we're making some mistakes, but the deck is really pulling through for us. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Alright, so in response, we're going to start doing some damage. Okay, and we have nothing else to do, so we're going to hit 6. And we get another friggin' Daredevil. Yeah, okay. Pass, I guess. I mean, that's all they have to do to win, is stop us from winning. We only have 2 minutes and a half left. We could gain 3 life. Yes, we could. CLSPO001. Thanks for the follow, friend. Or is it CIS? I can't really tell with the resolution on this screen. Too many Daredevils. Far too many. Okay, here's a Renin 6. Sispoo, okay. So they're returning a land, that's fine. We'll make some food. And we get a land. We should have ate a food there. That was my mistake. Okay, and we can go get Asmor with the cookbook next turn so that we can kill their board. But we could just actually be dead here. I think we actually just have to eat 2 food, depending on what they do. Here's a Teferi. I mean, it doesn't work because of Pithing Needle, but it does stop us from activating stuff. Or casting things, rather, during the opponent's turn. Actually, yeah, I think the block is pretty good. If they attack, we could block. And then get the Asmor from the graveyard with the cookbook. Okay, so they're going to destroy... Oh, damn it. Yep. Okay, we're going to eat the food before the damage, so we don't get had by a lightning bolt or something. Eat the food. Dear Gloria, thanks for the follow, friend. What do we get? Bauble. Alright, I'm going to scoop him up here. We don't have enough time. Good game, though. Interesting hand here. Like, the Bauble Urza Saga could make us some really big Karnstructs. I'm gonna speculatively keep this, and we'll see if it turns out okay. Always never trust the monkey paw. Gloria, I'm not too sure yet. I only just started playing this deck, so I'm gonna need some more time to really kind of figure that out. I wonder if we're playing against Yawgmoth combo. Ray Raw, thanks for the follow, friend. Essence Warden, I would say this is Yawgmoth combo. That'll be interesting to see. I haven't played it from this side before with Asmor. There's a couple of points for the spear. One reason is to say that Asmor can kill things with hexproof or indestructible. And the other one is lifelink for racing with Constructs. So many mana dorks. Yeah, it gives trample. Absolutely. So the Constructs can smash over little dorks. We need the red splash for Asmor. Yeah, usually have a 1 of Goose. Just wondering if I should use my Mishra's Baubles. I want to have the extra artifacts for the Saga, but I want to draw cards. Dryad Arbor on top, that's not a very good one. Ooh, Cookbook. What a draw. Go get another Cookbook. Alright, pass the turn. So, Asmoranomardicadaistinaculdacar does not kill Yawgmoth. That is one thing that we have to keep in mind. Yawgmoth has protection from humans. Oh, I see what you're saying now. I'm not Sean Pablo. You have the blue-black version, and black gives you the Asmor. We don't have Rebuke up, do we? Oh well. So this is Yawgmoth. It's going to be really difficult for us to come back from this. So while they are killing their own creatures to kill Asmor, they're also drawing cards at the same time. Emry. Probably just pass here, make a Construct, start attacking with it. And we have the Rebuke if we really need it. If they like try to evolve the Hierarch, for example, I could Rebuke that. Young Wolf, yep. That's a really good one. And Strangaroo Geist, so we have to counter this. So I don't think we have Pithing Needle in the main, but we do have Spellbomb. Spellbomb could return the Yawgmoth to hand, but they can just recast it. So that's not a perfect answer. Could discard the cookbook here, just make another food in case we get Asmor. I don't think that's very good. We get the Lightning Axe to kill the Yawgmoth. What a draw. That does mean we cannot make a Karnstruck, though, which kind of sucks. But it is what it is. Yeah, playing Is It. There are some black cards in the deck, but we don't have any black mana. Okay, so what do we get here? Soul Guide Lantern seems pretty good. Yeah, I think we just get Soul Guide Lantern, get rid of Strangleroot Geist. Doesn't really matter what we're hitting in the graveyard. What matters is being able to activate it later. No cage, unfortunately. I was supposed to axe the Yawgmoth. Damn it. Supposed to axe the Yawgmoth before playing the Emry. That was stupid. Sometimes I'm stupid, chat. Cage is really good in this match, but opponent can still turn their creatures sideways. I've beaten Cage. It's hard, but it's definitely doable. Oops. That was a mistake. I didn't want to use that mana there. Ah, well. Maybe the opponent will be really confused, be like, what? Okay, go ahead. Cutthroat, sure. Arbor, yep. Wall of Roots, okay. They don't have anything right now. But we don't exactly have a ton of time here. Street Wraith. Let's cycle that. Get an Emry. Cast it. Ooh. We have an Ovalchase Daredevil now. So if we discard the Urza, we can just get the chase back and start making food turn after turn. Backward, thanks for the follow, friend. Hey, thanks for the comment there, Def Jad. Not worth a sideboard slot when The tension between Cage and Emry is so serious. By the way, if anyone is unaware, Def Jad is a streamer here on Twitch. Give him a follow if you like Jund. Nothing we can do about this, so resolves. Grist is quite the pain here. Either being able to kill the Emry, or able to just flood the board with 1/1s. No blocks. The ultimate's only at 2 right now. Okay, so they're going to kill the Emry. Another Daredevil. Garbage. So we can make a food, eat a food, is our play, I guess. This deck looked really impressive the first 2 matches we played. What happened? So what do we got in the sideboard here? Aether Grid seems good. We got Crypt and Pithing Needle. We got Ashiok. So we got some good cards out of the board here. Try the Demir version. It's better than the Izzet version. I'll have to take a look for that. It'll probably be way cheaper too. So we get land. That's terrible. I'm pretty sure we're just dead here. We can eat 1 food, we go to 9, and they hit us for 4 or 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Let's scoop them up here and move on to the next one. So we'll bring in Ashiok for sure. Pithing Needle, definitely. Yeah, the finale lets you, like, consistently get Asmoranomardicadaistinaculdacar, which is pretty great. Yeah, the blasts are pretty nice. Being able to, 1 card, kill Yawgmoth. Ragavan seems quite poor here. They're going to be able to block that, no problem. We could bring in Aether Gust. Also, Aether Grid seems really good if we can just, like, machine gun their creatures. Can you smell what Cooper is cooking? So if we could maybe, like, go down on creatures a little bit, which are one of the ways that the opponent is going to be able to interact with us is killing our creatures and then win through Aether Grid. The Oof, yep. They're going to have a lot of ways to interact with artifacts and enchantments. They're going to have the Oof, they're going to have Reclamation Sage, and they could also have Force of Vigor. Yeah, they do have ways to hit the grid, but if we get the grid to stick, we can wipe their board, including killing an Oof. I guess we'll play Cookbook, Bauble. Let's cycle the Street Wraith just in case we draw Asmor right now. Ooh, we get a fetch land here. That works a little bit better with the Bauble, but a little bit worse with the Cookbook. I want to get the Cookbook down, so let's just play Spirebluff and Bauble. And we're going to use these Baubles to draw. Okay, so 1 now. Strangleroot Geist is what the card they're about to draw. And what's on top for next turn? Twilight Mire, potentially. Could have waited till end step. It's basically the same. Yeah, because now they have the Verdant Catacombs fetch. So Twilight Mire's an out. Should have waited till end step there. Two more draws. Pithing Needle and Grid. I like the Grid here. Play that turn 3, start killing their critters. Start making some foods. Oh, you like to use both baubles to maximize the chance of drawing Daredevil? That makes a lot of sense. Okay, we're probably going to make a food so that we can get this grid going. Silitbanks16, thanks for the follow, friend. I'm not Sean Pablo, thank you for the follow. There's no one playing Yavimaya Elder? That is a crime. Hey, it's Emry. Taking 2 for no reason, that is not a good plan. Oh no, the Force of Vigor. Rough. I'm going to keep the Emry because that can get us some of the artifacts back. So we'll kill the Strangleroot Geist here. Ekros with the raid. Thank you so much. That is quite the raid, Ekros. How was your stream? What were you playing? Rexage? I would say this game is over. Yeah, GG. Oh, there's the Daredevils. Hey, well, congratulations. 4-1 twice is great. Looks like we're going to be on a 2-3 here. Seems that way. Suggestion, do not bounce Rexage. Thanks for the tip. Motion carries. Paka91, thank you for the follow, friend. Aether Gust. So we probably get Cookbook here. And we can Gust something. Gust the Sage. Let's go. Could gain 3 life if we didn't need to Gust. Gaining 3 life is probably better than casting Gust, honestly. Oh, here's Yawgmoth. So, GG. They have Geist, they have Young Wolf. I guess we could Aether Gust something in response to this. So we could, like, Aether Gust the Geist, so they can't combo. I mean, we're still dead, but at least we're not dead. Okay, we'll hit 6 and let the opponent do their thing. It's Yawgmoth time. So they should hit us for 4, and then sack the Young Wolf, target the Emry, sack the Dryad Arbor. Huh, that's an interesting attack. I guess they could do some sacrifices, cord for another Young Wolf. So I think they should have sacrificed the Young Wolf first, and then used the Dryad Arbor to reset the Young Wolf. So basically they missed a draw here. Missed 2 draws. Trying a land for the Geist? Yep. I'm not too sure what's next, Handsome. Well, they got a full hand at this point. Ooh, Lantern. That sounds fun. I should play Lantern next. We draw another Daredevil. Yeah, we scoop this one. So, GG. Yawgmoth combo showing its strength. We had a really strong start with a pair of wins to begin, and everything kind of fell apart after that.